Hello, English Spark. The first of many friends. What's up, J-Dog? I completely forgot that there was a Mars command. I have not seen that in a long, long, long time. Hello, Heisty, non-bred, je ne crois. It's good to see you all again. Hello, my friends. Hello again. Hello, Babylon Ranger. We're gonna have a good time, good time. Is everyone excited for year 5? You should be. I am. Oh, this is such a good song. Such a good track. Can't wait for more. Painted Bird, of course I'm excited. You! I got Sasha and Martin modding for me today. Double mod powers! Yeah, that feat checklist is wildly out of date. I poked the other mods about it, but I guess we haven't actually taken action on it. Hello, Sika. Oh, almost missed you, Phoenix Fire. Ahoy, chatties! What? I just had an advertisement pop up on my computer. What the heck? It's for a graphic design program that I use. I thought I turned those off. Yeah, the pre-stream. That's always fun times. Didn't get to do much of this for the last entire rest of this month. Because we had marathons, you know? So I didn't get to have much pre-stream hangout time with folks. It's one of my favorite parts of the show. Like a little bonus for anyone who shows up early. I get to say like a personal welcome to people. So hello Counting Coup, hello Our Green Paradox, hello Sandwich, hello Billiam Smith, and hello Happy Leopard. And hello Josh Wolfman and Gamer Cabot. Hello Grumpy. Mars on Monday is in like a weird flux state because it's like I want to do it badly, but figuring out the actual time for it to happen is very difficult. Hello, Niskus. Hello, Irian. Oh, we got our first question, Asika. How am I today? I'm okay. My acid reflux is acting up. But who wants to hear about body problems? Oh, don't you worry, Happy. I will, of course, talk about my tea. Yeah, Star, go get your tea. You got 30 seconds. Go, 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 go. Mint tea? Oh, man. That's a good call. That does sound good, actually. This is such a smooth track. Like silk. Audible silk. Alright, let's do this. Ha, da, 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 da. Greetings, champions. Welcome to Mars Guiding Hand. I am Mars, and this is Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a free-to-play, officially licensed Dungeons & Dragons strategy management game from Codename Entertainment. And on this partner stream, we take a look at the latest content, discuss strategies, and answer any questions that you may have about the game. So, get cozy. Join me for a couple of hours. We're going to talk about all things Idle Champions. Today is Wednesday, September 29th, 2021. And we're going to talk about High Harvestide. Year 5. We have the return of Gwent, the return of Toragar, the debut of Tahani. And I'm going to start up a Tahani unlock run. Hey, Real Bunny Beast! Thanks for keeping up that subscription. Thanks for supporting our channel here. Alright, so let me just go ahead and kill this Mad Wizard run that just started. So we can immediately get started with the event. Ho ho! Oh, check it out. I put up a little autumnal decoration. That's a table runner that I just wrapped around my cart back there. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of decoration. It felt appropriate. Alright, Bandit's Harvest. So, when you're ready to start the event, you'll find it, apparently, at the top. Used to be, like, at the bottom, but now it's apparently, like, at the top. Because now that we have, like, to scroll. 69% murders that on purpose? No. Nice. Alright, Bandit's Harvest, Tahani. 100 tokens, let's do this. What? Oh, birds. Gotta have birds on the field. Alright, give me birds. Lots of birds. That's what I want. I want birds for my field familiars for this one. Abyssal Chicken is a bird, right? Yeah. Abyssal Chicken counts as a bird. Pirate Griff, that's a bird. Crowy, that's a bird. We actually have a lot of birds, don't we? Let's do... That looks better. Okay. So, go ahead and throw your questions at me while I'm doing this unlock run. It gives me a chance to actually answer a few starting questions. As I said during the pre-stream, we've got Martin and Sasha helping me out for grabbing questions. A pleasure working with you two, as always. I hope that you're doing well today. You beat Mars the Unlock? Not surprised. Sometimes I try to get the new champion, before the start of the stream, which is not difficult. I just put on 10 times speed and go. But sometimes I find it more fun to do the unlock during the stream. And since this is the first event of the early rotation, I felt like that was appropriate for this one. Okay. As for, like, having favor right at the start, I don't actually. I have no actual favor. I just have a lot of gold find from various things. Chiefly my Mojang Core. Gives me a lot of gold find. Okay. So, let's see. Today's tea, because everyone always asks, and I love talking about it. Let's be honest. Today's tea is Edgar Allan Poe's Black Tea Blend by Simpson and Vale, because it's got a raven on it. I've definitely had this on the show before. It's probably the most robust black tea I own. Got black tea, pu'er tea, lapsang souchong tea, beetroot, and bergamot oil. Very dark. Ooh. Marso, is that tea worth raving about? Hey! I'd say so. Nah. It kind of rides the line between, like, campfire tasting teas. Like, it's extremely smoky. It's, I've had bad smoked teas before. which kind of just taste like... They taste like what burning rubber smells like, which is very unpleasant. This is not that. It's almost there. It's like as close as you can get to being too much without actually being too much, so pretty good. I'm a fan. Irian, for once I actually have Idle Chambers questions. Ha! As both Toragar and Gwent are new to me this time, what are your thoughts on them, Mars? So... Gwent is a smelly, spiky dwarf friend. It's interesting because he makes your champions attack slower, but hit harder. So he's not going to do you any favors for speed, because you want champions attacking quickly to take down anything that has, like, multiple health segments of health. So Gwent does not help with speed. Gwent is like a pseudo-companion of the Hall, because he has like a bonus effect when you're using him alongside Brunor. Me king! Otherwise, honestly, I don't really use Gwent pretty much ever. He just doesn't really have a spot in any of my formations, whether it's for deep pushing or it's for speed. That being said, he's also just he's kind of cool, because spiked armor is neat. One of my players, when I was much younger, played a dwarf in spiked armor and had 2 spiked tower shields that he fought with, and just doing like shield bashing with, and just like slamming into people with his body. So Gwent always reminds me of that character that my friend Nick played years ago. So there's like a little bit of nostalgia wrapped up in using Gwent for me. So like sometimes I'll put him out just to reminisce. Yeah. Because who said that champions have to be like strong or fast to be fun? It can also just be enough that a champion is cool. That a champion just kind of makes you happy for whatever reason. Why do I freak out here? Give me freely. Not that I'm going to actually turn this into deep push. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock Tahani, and then we're going to jump over to Torm, probably Mad Wizard or something, and just immediately blast out all of her upgrades, because I have enough favor to do that. I'm at E71 Torm's favor, so I can instantly get her like fully leveled. And then we can check out everything that she does, and then we can play her event variants. So that is the plan for today. It's kind of our default for tackling events. Okay, but Toragar, on the other hand, Josh Wolfman, I have not read her abilities yet. Because that's the fun of my show, is I am learning her at the same time that you all are. Sometimes I'll like do one read-through of the blog post ahead of time, but usually I don't. It depends on like if I've heard that it's going to be a very complicated character or not. She looks fun? Oh good, I'm glad you think so. I have not checked it out yet, but I am looking forward to it. Tahani. Toragar is really cool because he is the 3rd of 3 permanent upgrade champions. You get his zealot stacks built up. See, the first time they did permanent stacking was Black Viper, and it was considered like extremely underpowered. And then Zorbu, which was extremely overpowered. And then Toragar just kind of lands in the middle. People don't really seem to complain about Toragar. People don't really seem to praise Toragar either, so I think it hits that sweet spot that they were looking for, or at least it's as close as we've come to a happy medium there, thus far. Oh gosh, Hero of the Veil. You still do a 2-column sweep? Yep, still doing a 2-column sweep. So look at this, when the Hero of the Veil attacks, you're seeing damage numbers come up over Deacon Freely and Human for me. That's because Hero of the Veil hits 2 columns. Actually, is Human, does this thing be front 2 columns? Okay. Well, that helps out a little bit. Can I just say, this formation shape, CNE, this is wild. This is a wild formation shape! I mean, wow. That's, it's very different from anything we've ever had, and I love seeing it, personally. We've got a 4 adjacency here, here, here. We have a 5 adjacency here. Omen Assassin is pretty much going to be always, like, the front. I guess, unless maybe if you put Omen here, then Assassin would reach the entire back column. That might work better. Why Human on the front? It was just to check something. Just to check about Zerang's placement for speed. Okay, so let's just go ahead and spend one of my bounty contracts, make sure I got enough tokens. Alright, cool. Now I'm going to end this. Let's get Tahani. Oh. Come on. Resetting softly. With this run, resetting softly. And retrying request. Yeah, I'm not worried about the Mojang reset, Dana Wolf. Because, like, there's no way I was going to get to 580 on this run. Really? Really, game? Why? Thank you. Yeah, I bet servers are just super busy right now. Everyone's excited. Year 5. What? Let's go. In the unknown. Yeah, sure. Why not? Now it's going to take a little bit to load the next run, so let's do another question. Dana Wolf, event starting trials today. Lots. How is best to balance everything with so much to do? Well, hopefully, if you've got to the point that you have trials going, then you probably have a stockpile of speed potions at this point. Because it is not a small thing to unlock trials. So there's always just using speed potions and speed champions to make everything go faster. That's how I balance things. Also, you might just have to get to a point where you pick and choose how to best spend your time. It's been months since I've actually bothered with doing my patron challenges and patron free play currency. I'll still do patron variants, but I don't really feel a pressing need to do patron currency for free plays and for challenges. It depends on where you're at in the game and what it is that you hope to accomplish in your game, what appeals to you. I'm sure that for many people, many players, there's the feeling of missing out, FOMO, for not being able to do everything. But at some point, you gotta take a hard look at yourself, at how you spend your time at the game, and think, what aspects of the game bring me the most joy? And then focus on those. I love playing events. So, that's where I put a lot of my time and energy. Also, you do have 12 days. Yeah, you have a lot of time to actually play the event. Okay, so let's get Tahani out here. Slot 1. Ooh, look at the portrait! Okay, hold on. Get rid of the narrow bench boxes. I want to see this in the full glory. Okay, no, get that out of here. Okay, fine. I guess I'll pick something for now. I'll respec in a second. I just want to see the picture. Look at the bird. Oh, it's so pretty. Those eyes are piercing. Wow. Okay, let's meet Tahani. Tahani. Female, Aarakocra. A Kensei monk. That is a monk with the Kensei subclass. Chaotic good alignment. DPS and Gold Find champion. We now have a Gold Find champion in slot 1. That'll be interesting. Boy, slot 1 is very full now. Rivals of Waterdeep affiliation, which she shares with Celise and Shaka. So, Tahani's adventures began when she left Chult out of boredom, to travel the world. She joined the rivals as a spy for their enemy, but liked them enough to stay. There's a fly in here. When not out on missions with the rest of the team, she enjoys painting the things and people she's seen on her travels. Nice. 11 strength, 20 dexterity. Woo! As high as it goes, typically. 14 constitution, 11 intelligence, 20 wisdom, 7 charisma. Wow, 20 wisdom and dexterity? There are very few champions that have a 20 in 2 different stats. So that's incredible. Chaotic good, so alright, a friend of Mert then. And Constitution is good enough for Vajra. Intelligence is not enough for Strahd, but it's only 2 away. So if she could ever get a 2 intelligence feat, then she'd be good for Strahd. And I think the charisma and strength are too low for Zariel, unfortunately. But that is, you know, 2 out of 4 patrons. Not bad. Could definitely be a lot worse. Alright, let's take a look. So our base attack is Fist of Fury, a melee attack. Tahani attacks a random painted enemy. If no enemies are painted, Tahani attacks the nearest enemy. Okay, so painting is going to be like a mark system. Alright. Paint them red at level 30. When Tahani attacks, she paints the enemy red. An enemy can be painted up to 3 times. Tahani's damage is increased by 400% for each stroke of paint on screen, stacking additively. So with up to 100 enemies on screen at the same time, that's where it stops spawning enemies. And each enemy can be painted up to 3 times. And she does attack a random enemy, so potentially 300 red paint marks. The chances of that actually happening, extremely low, but I suppose it's possible. Alright, moving on. Friendly Rivalry. Tahani's damage is increased by 100% for each rival of Waterdeep in the formation, stacking multiplicatively. Okay, so we've got an affiliation ability. She wants you to use Celise and Shaka alongside her for the Rivals of Waterdeep to pump up her DPS. Alright. Way of the Brush. Yeah, Way of the Brush. Tahani's damage is increased by 100%. Alright, just here's a flat bonus. And Tahani keeps track of the total number of enemies she has painted across all time. You don't say! Is this another... Is this our 4th permanent stacking champion now? Joining the ranks of Black Viper, Zorbu, and Toragar? Do we have 4 now? Oh boy! Oh, okay, okay. At certain thresholds of painted enemies, Tahani increases her layer of Way of the Brush. Each layer increases this effect by an additional 100%, stacking multiplicatively. Multiplicatively, you say? To shreds, you say? Once Tahani reaches layer 10, each additional enemy painted increases the buff by 0.03% additively. Oh, interesting. So it starts multiplicatively and then additively. Oh, B Poppy says Morgane is forgotten. Yeah, I do tend to forget that Morgane. It's just that Morgane is kind of a fire and forget. You just, like, you put her out there, set your new highest world record personal best for gold find, and then put her back. She's a lot easier to deal with, but this is cool. This is cool. We have another permanent stacking effect. Okay. And then at level 230, she's got her specialization. So let's actually use a potion of polish. No, not potion of specialization. Reset her spec choices so we can see what we've got to pick from. Splash of yellow. Tahani uses a splash of yellow to earn extra gold. Enemies Tahani paints also gain a splash of yellow. Enemies painted in this way drop 200% more gold when they're killed. Okay. Stroke of green. Tahani cleaves a stroke of green to damage nearby enemies. Enemies Tahani paints also gain a stroke of green, and the fade in this way causes Tahani's attacks against them to damage nearby enemies as well at 50% damage. This effect does not chain, but does apply paint to the enemies it damages. Oh. So this would be a much faster way of stacking up as many, like, paint splotches on screen. So, I guess this... Okay. Well, before I, like, weigh on this, I should read the last one. Blotch of Blue, there's a right side spec. Tahani adds a stunning blotch of blue to her repertoire. Enemies Tahani paints also gain a blotch of blue. That's fun to say, blotch of blue. Enemies painted in this way are stunned for 2 seconds when Tahani attacks them. And boss enemies painted in this way take 400% more damage from all attacks. Ah. Okay. So, gut reaction to these. Obviously, left side is for gold find. Splash of yellow for gold. Okay. Because it seems like that's her only gold find ability, is if you take this specialization. Middle for stroke of green seems like this is the way to go if you're trying to build up her stacks of paint. So probably if you're just farming stacks for her, you want to go stroke of green. And then blotch of blue seems like is probably the way to go if you're actually pushing using Tahani as your DPS of choice. Because she can cause boss enemies to take 400% more damage from all attacks. So, well, I mean, that would include her own attacks. And plus stunning them is going to just help with keeping your formation alive while you build up debuffs and you get a bud spike and then you kill it with whatever. Okay, so for now, stroke of green. Stroke of green for now. Let's level her up the rest of the way, because now we should be able to... Yep, we've got her all the way maxed out. So, anything else? Flurry of Brushes, ultimate attack. Okay, we're going to take a look at that for sure. Alright, that's it. So, Flurry of Brushes, ultimate, is a ranged ultimate attack. Tahani flings sharpened paint brushes at 5 random enemies, dealing damage and applying paint. Hey, that's a fun idea! Instead of, like, a flurry of knives, it's a flurry of sharpened paintbrushes. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. Okay. Let's see what that looks like, shall we? I'm gonna turn off the auto progress here. Let's put away the familiars and go Tahani! That was very fast. I didn't even see anything happen there. We're gonna try that again. Yeah, Canuck Monkey, I agree. That is a brilliant choice. Flurry of brushes instead of flurry of blows is very good. Alright, we're going back. Gonna use another potion specialization here. I want to see that again. Use the potion specialization, you can force a champion's ultimate to stop its cooldown. Okay, looks like she just kind of like charges her fist back, pushes it forward, and then suddenly enemies have taken damage? Is it because I have effects like turned off? Will that make it look better? Also, let me just take my Mojang Core off completely, so that we don't have any kind of speed boost happening. Oh, Shandy, go away. That's also going to fix speed problem. Okay, so one more test. I want to see this ultimate in action, please. Here we go. Put her in front so we can see it more easily too. Okay, so there's like a smoke stream that goes out. Alright, it's not the flashiest thing, I'll admit. But she does throw them at 5 random enemies. They deal damage and apply Tahani's paints to all enemies they hit. And then if you have green selected, do each of those also apply the green cleave paint? Because then would, like, maxing out her ultimate cooldown and having a familiar placed on it so it's just spamming it constantly whenever it's available, and you're on maybe a fast spawning stage of some kind, would that be like the best way to get her to build up all of her stacks? Maybe. Maybe. I'm sure people will be figuring out, like, what's the optimal strategy. But for now that we've actually seen, like, what she's got available, let's take a look at her feats, and then I will also open up some Electrum chests to get some starting gear on her. So, starting with Tavern Brawler. Oh, I'm in. It's her default DPS feat, 30% self-damage. Cardinal Colors. Increase the effect of Tahani's Paint Them Red ability by 20%. This shade matches your mood, doesn't it? Okay. And the Paint Them Red ability is the one that causes her to deal more damage for each stroke of paint on screen. And then she has another default feat that's a specific ability for her, which is Rivalrous Party. So she has 3 defaults? Wow, that's generous. Increase the effect of Tahani's friendly rivalry ability by 20%. The Castlanters planted me as a spy, but that sort of backfired, didn't it? That didn't go well! Good. Okay, well, generally speaking, I'm pretty much always going to be using, like, champion-specific abilities as opposed to just flat DPS increases. So Cardinal Colors and Rivalrous Party just right out the gate are more appealing to me. Well, let's take a look at what else you can get with her. Grappler, increase the damage of Tahani by 60%. This is your upgraded I'm a DPS feat. They're focused on my hands, so they never see the feet or the wings coming. Lucky, here's a gold find feat. Hey, increase all gold found by 25%. Can we get some new paints on the way home? You know, I suppose Tahani might replace Turiel for gold find in slot 1, because Turiel, not a gold find champion, but has the lucky feat so that you can increase gold find with him. But Tahani has that plus an actual gold find ability. So I think just, like, instantly she's already better than Turiel for gold find, at least. Can we get some new paints on the way home? And we can go ahead and grab these for 12,500 gems each. I'm at, like, 500k, so I'm good. And then she's got 2 gold chest feats, which I'm going to try to get. Crimson Competitor's feat. Increase the effect of Tahani's Paint Them Red ability by 40%. See the red ones? Punch the red ones! And Unrivaled Friendships. Aw, that's really sweet. I didn't understand what friendship was until I met the rivals. Oh, that's so wholesome. I like that. Increase the effect of Tahani's friendly rival ability by 40%. Okay, so if you're trying to go for specifically a Rivals of Waterdeep formation, you're gonna probably want to use Rivalrous Party and Unrivaled Friendships. Otherwise, if you're gonna be using Tahani, regardless of the presence of Celise and Shaka, then you're probably just want to go with the Paint Them Red effects, the Paint Them Red feats, both of them. Yeah. Let's see if I can't actually get those feats now. 50 gold chests, let's go! And we're done. Alright. Moving on. Let's go ahead and open up 50 Electrum chests. Hey! Happy Little Painter achievement. So we did get at least one of everything for Tahani here. Whoop! Nice. Regal Tunic. Don't distract me. I have a dinner to attend right after I'm done. Painted staffs. I know, the paint gets everywhere. Isn't it wonderful? Play Paint Pot. I'm painting the entrance to Troll Skull Manor Regal Red. Cool. Okay, so now that we've got at least some kind of equipment in every slot for her, it's going to be self-damage in slot 1 with Painted Staffs, self-damage in slot 2 with her Bangles. You can tap them together for secret messages while flying. Oh, that's actually a really cool idea. Is that actually an Aarakocran cultural thing? I love that. That's really clever. I'm playing an Aarakocra in a campaign that Gar is running right now. I might be interested in these. That could be fun. Regal Tunic in slot 3 is going to be for her Paint Them Red ability, so that's probably a big important one is slot 3. Probably. Chultan Sash. Increased the effect of Tahani's friendly rivalry ability. When I was foraging, it was a good sack in a pinch. Play Paint Pot, increasing her ultimate attack damage, and Castle Lantern Dart, reducing her ultimate cooldown. Okay, so a pretty standard like DPS set. Self-damage, unique ability, ultimate damage, ultimate cooldown. Alright. Standard affair. I am personally most interested in slot 3 and slot 6, which is weird because, like, you know, usually the ultimate attack and cooldown items are not exactly a priority. But given that her ultimate actually causes enemies to have paint applied to them, and you want to just stack up as much paint marks as you can with Tahani, that's probably a good idea to get her ultimate cooldown as low as possible. Okay. So for now, let me just get the paint them red, and yeah, why not? I'll do Tahani's friendly rivalry effect as well. Okay, so we have a Tahani, and we've got Feats on her and everything. So now we are in a good position to actually go play her event variants. Oh yes, and as we do so, I'm also going to be starting up a new Trials of Mount Tiamat group. Actually, for that matter, I can go ahead and get that started right now. So, if you would like to join me for the Trials of Mount Tiamat, we completed Normal, we completed Heroic last week, so I'm going to try Master now. So if you think you've got what it takes to join me for a Master level run of Trials of Mount Tiamat, apparently my campaign join code is XWPH. I'm going to play Mountain this time. And I don't want to lose Makos. So I did use Makos last time, but I actually would like to keep my Makos for this one. So, what's another scale increaser? Halton? Ooh, but that's only 8%. Ooh. It is just worth taking my Makos. Yeah. Alright. Sorry, Makos. This is your job now. Okay, and looking at the list of players that I see in here, I don't think we've had any of those names from last week. So I think we're good to go. If you folks just want to pick out your champions, and then I'll hit start campaign in a bit. Thanks for joining me. I like that that we have this as a thing. Hope we continue doing that, because that does seem really fun. Alright, High Harvestide. So, event variants for Tahani, now that we have her unlocked and we've checked her out. Red alert! Bandits are attempting to pilfer the harvest during High Harvestide and must be stopped by your band of starving artists? Oh, that's so sad. Okay, so 1,000 event tokens, harvest baskets in this case, for High Harvestide Year 5. Objective is complete area 75. Rules text are champion damage and gold fines reduced by 99%. That's not terrible. Enemies who have not been painted by Tahani's attacks move 100% faster. That could actually even be good for you. Getting to know Tahani. When Tahani attacks an enemy and doesn't kill it outright, they paint the enemy with red paint. For each painted enemy on screen, Tahani's damage is increased. In later adventures, Tahani tracks the total number of enemies she's ever painted, so the longer you use her, the more powerful she becomes. Yeah, that's really cool. I love C&E. I know you started doing this several events ago, but I love the fact that you've actually been putting this basically tutorial text for event champions in their adventure variant descriptions. That's great. That's going to really help new players, I think. Bullywug Brawl is her second variant. It's 2,500 event tokens, harvest baskets. Bandits are attempting to pilfer the harvest during High Harvestide and must be stopped while battling bullywugs. Battletoads? Complete area 125. Bullywugs appear in each formation. They do not drop gold, nor do they count toward quest progress. Only champions with decks of 14 or higher can be used. Okay. That's a little spicy. That might be difficult for some players. Alright, I'm interested in checking out this one just to see, like, what champions would you even have available to do that with. This one might be tougher for new players. Getting no Tahani. Tahani specializations allow you to add an additional color paint when they attack, augmenting the way they take damage or drop gold. Yep. Doubling down. Bandits are attempting to pilfer the harvest during high harvest tide and must be stopped. You can say that again! Alright, 5,000 event tokens. Harvest baskets. Complete area 175. This is our third event variant, the big one, the boss fight, I guess. The effects of the Tahani specializations are... doubled? Doubled, you say? Does it also double stacking up her paint stacks? Because her specializations can affect... I know, it says specs are doubled, but like, for example, her middle spec, Green Blotch, paints everything near the enemy that she hits. It's like a paint cleave, which is a very fun idea. I feel like there's a lot of fun concepts at work here with Tahani. Okay. But, like, does that double? Like, does she paint them twice? Since specializations are doubled. Anyway, in each boss area... Oh, quest requirements are doubled also. In each boss area, second boss spawns. Both bosses must be defeated in order to progress. Okay, so you're basically just literally playing the same adventure twice. So this is going to be slow going. Any speed champions, or even like Briv especially, to skip entire stages are going to help you if you're in a pinch to just try to get this done as quickly as possible. But otherwise, this is just... this one takes longer, and isn't necessarily more difficult. Let's start with the Bullywig Brawl, because I do want to see what I even have available for doing this one. Alright, let's see what kind of options are going to be allowed for this. Oh, and I need to turn off all these effects again. Actually, don't need that one. And that. Yes, okay. Good. Oh, and narrow the bench boxes again, please. Thank you. Okay, well, Tahani, clearly, 20 dexterity, so she's fine. Slot 2. Oh, you've got some options. Quartz okay? Yeah, I mean, Quartz good, honestly. Talon's good. I like Talon. Regis is fine. Let's go Korth. Okay, slot 3? A bit more restricted. You've got Spurt or Artemis. I'm gonna go Spurt. For slot 4, oh wow. Plenty of choices to enjoy. Let's just go Jarlaxle for the gold find for now, I guess. Sure. Okay. Ah, we can start the trial now. Thank you, Dr. Zedgeketch. Yes, looks like everyone's picked out their choices. Alright, let's go. Oh, I didn't realize there was an achievement for that. Join the battle against Tiamat and Trials of Mount Tiamat, heroic difficulty higher. Nice. There's so many Trials of Mount Tiamat achievements now, I forgot that this one even existed. Sweet. And as I've done in the past, I will actually start my run for that after the stream, so that I can focus on the actual new content to show off. Oh yeah, check it out, Witchlight Spurt. I forgot that. I put my Spurt in the Witchlight outfit. It's so cute. It's very good. Alright, that's enough of the gigantic text boxes, please. I need to go a little bit faster, though. That's fast enough to work with. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, excellent! You can use Briv! I did not realize that Briv had a good dexterity. Yeah, dexterity 14. Okay, cool. Well, there's your tank solution for this adventure. Alright, so now I'm pretty much just waiting for my team to push up through things, so let's do some questions, because I see them piling up! Thank you again to Martin and Sasha for grabbing all of those. Irian, is Ariel's healer challenge fixed now or yet? I do not know. I was unaware that there was a problem with Zariel's healer challenge. O'Leary, question, happy Wednesday. Hey, you too! I just started purchasing Feats with gems. What 12.5k piece would you start with? Any that you use, like any that would benefit your DPS champion of choice. My Mojang's powered off. Yeah, I don't think I really need it. I'll put it on, but I don't think it's necessary. There. I'll go a little bit faster too. Sure. And there's a Shandy. And there's a Freely. No Human on this. Okay. Wow, many other options for slot 8, though. Slot 6... You can do Kroll, Evelyn. There's another tank option with Evelyn, Alindra. You know, this isn't so bad. It is bad for new players. Like, if this is your first event period, then you're gonna have almost no one. You'll have Tahani. No Brunor, no Celeste, no Nayeli. Jarlaxle you can use. Calliope you can use. Or Gwent, since he's in this event. No Ashara, no Minsk, Delana and Hitch. No Makos. Tyrell. Yeah, so it's gonna be rough going. It'll at least be possible, but it would probably be rough for brand new players to tackle this one. But O'Leary, I would suggest feats that are for unique formation abilities for your chosen DPS, or like just really good supports that you have. Avron, for example. Or if you have speed champions. Like walking lessons. I don't remember if this is a gem feat or a chest feat. It would be nice if there was some indicator that showed like where a feat comes from after you purchase it. Since there's hundreds of them, it's impossible to keep it all in mind of where everything comes from. Severand, question. Hi Mars, do you know if Tahani's Gold Find debuff is sticky? Ooh, I don't. That is a good question. Because if it is... Oh, Martin's chiming in to tell me that walking lessons is a gem feat. Thank you. In that case, yes. Get walking lessons. For Human. Because that's going to be the one that increases Human's speed effect, and Human is arguably the best speed champion in the game. So that will certainly do you some favors if you had that one. Let's see, how can I test to see if Tahani's Gold Find debuff is sticky? Suppose I could pull everyone out. Stop jumping. No more jump. And then I just need a tank. Doesn't really matter who. And we'll take off a core. Okay. And let's respec my Tahani. Where are my potion specialization? There they are. Let's respec my Tahani to her Gold Find Splash of Yellow specialization. She's still killing everything, though. Yeah, E32. So we need to at least get to a point where she's not instantly killing things anymore. Oh, what does sticky mean, Jomallow? It means that after you mark the enemy with the Gold Find increasing debuff, that even after you switch the champion that caused that mark out for a different champion, that mark stays. So, for example, Donar in slot 2, Donar can cause a mark on enemies that make them drop more gold, but you don't have to keep him in the formation. You can swap him out to someone else. And so in that way, Donar's Gold Find mark is considered to be sticky, because it sticks, it stays. So Tahani's value to optimizers is definitely going to go up if her Gold Find mark is sticky. If it is not, then that might give her problems in the popularity contest that every champion has to go through, unfortunately. So while I am waiting on getting up to a point where we can do that, more questions. Shank Mugen. Question, are you planning on updating your visual guide anytime soon? I just did! Earlier this month! So, yes. Yes, I am, and I have. But if you mean, like, for updating specifically for having the very latest champion, it's honestly a lot of work. It takes a lot of time for me to update those. So I try to do it in, like, groups of champions at a time, instead of every single champion release. Our Green Paradox. America, have you heard? I got a brand new dance, and it's called The Bird. You don't need no finesse or no personality, you just need 2 arms and an attitude, and everybody sing with me. Come on now. That's not a question. Wait a second. It is. America, have you heard? I am not America, I am Mars. But yes, I have heard. I have heard that the bird is the word. I appreciate you. Gar has a question. Is Tahani's Gold Fine debuff sticky? Can you pull her and still get it? Working on it. I am also very curious to know if it is in fact sticky or not. Okay, looks like familiars have stopped instantly killing things. But... Tahani is still instantly killing things. So let's put on a tiny Fire Breath Potion, and I will still work on getting to the point where she can actually do her mark without instantly killing everything that she hits. I need enemies that have E33 health, right? Something like that. How much is she hitting for? Oh, it's still Jarlaxle from 7 minutes ago and depreciating. Wow. E33 damage. Okay, so I need, like, E34 or higher enemies for this to actually start mattering. Okay. I keep having the Warduke song in my head. Like, I moderated for that, and it was so catchy. Anyone else here in chat tune in for Bardic Inspiration for the Warduke song? It was so catchy! Transit Aranzel. HAL 2.40 EO6 Gold Find just started events. Cheating? It's funny how many people ask about this. No, it's not cheating. There's no point for me to cheat. I've been playing the game since about a week after it first came out, so 4 years now. My personal 4-year anniversary was, well, 1 week ago, actually. So 4 years and 7 days currently. There are a multitude of effects at work that are increasing my gold find. So, for example, if I go over to Vajra Safar, she has a global patron perk called Spoils of Victory, increasing all gold found. On top of that, there's also Mojang Cores. This is my most powerful Mojang Core, and this is giving me, let's see, there's plus 19,411% gold find. There's plus 11,136% gold find. These things combine. These things add together to give you incredible power, even at the very, 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 very start of a totally fresh event, campaign, what have you. This is just sort of the inevitability of if you continue to play this game regularly long enough, you can do this. You can have this. This is all available to you. You just have to be persistent. Oh, Jay, we just fully went through the package that you sent, Mars. Thanks for the tea and all the other cool things. Awesome! I wanted that to be a little surprise. I sent C&E a care package, basically, on request of a specific thing that they requested, but I also, like, snuck some extra things in there. One of those being a very cute little box full of tea. So, cheers! Codename Entertainment. Thanks again for hiring me, and I hope to have a cup of tea with y'all sometime. Cool. I'm glad that everything got there safely. I was so worried about it for days. Okay, let's see. So is this the, I'm so sorry, the tease? Hey, that's pretty good, our Green Paradox. Puns are welcomed here. Bimbles, question, confused about legendary stuff. Should I boost one item on each useful character, or 6 on one? So, I've been reading like what people have been posting about this on Discord, on Reddit, and even in the Steam forums, and it seems like something that people are agreeing on, and it's something that I've done. The practice that I've adopted is leveling up, like you forge a legendary, and then if you have excess scales, you level that sucker up. And then, once your, like, daily reduction of cost goes under 1111, so like 1111, 1111, then it's okay to upgrade your next one to a legendary. So I'm gonna do that. Increase damage of all air Coker chambers by 150%. Oh, hey, cool! Just in time for Tahani! Nice! Well, that's cool. Oh, do I have enough to do another upgrade? I do? Yes. Huzzah! Okay, 300% now, level 2. Sweet. Hey! We stopped instantly killing everything. Cool. But now, I would like a boss fight, so that my screen isn't completely cluttered. Specifically, I would like a melee boss fight. This is a melee boss fight. Okay, give me Volanya, please. Sure, I don't care. No, I need your ultimate, Volanya. Ah. What do I need to get her ultimate? A lot, apparently. Nope, that's not enough. Okay, so we can't just instantly take everything out. Can I gym some things instead? Because if I can just do chickens, then this would also reduce the field down to 1 enemy. Alright, and now, where is this paint mark actually applying on enemies? So I'm trying to set up for testing if, if Tahani is sticky or not now. Yeah, no, there's actual legendary gear at this point. Let's put my Mojang Core back on for longevity. Oh, well, this is fine. If I could just get it down to a single enemy. Oh, nope. That was a bit much. Maybe a little faster on the draw there. Alright, kill. Kill, sure, that's fine. Okay. Okay, we're down to 2. I can work with this, So we're down to 2. Okay, so there's the mark. We see it there. It looks like there's 3 red and 1 yellow, because there's like 3 going from like this direction, using my webcam here, going from this direction down to this direction. There's like a red slash, and there's 3 of those, right? And then on the opposite axis, there is, whoop, there we go, a yellow slash, like that, yeah. So we can tell that that enemy is marked for additional gold find. Okay, now, let's do this. Orkira, sure. Oh no! Okay, let's bring Tahani back out. So it's marked with yellow. There's 1 red, 2 red, 3 red, and a yellow. We switch to Orkira. Rip. Not sticky. Not sticky, so... That's unfortunate. That's That's going to cause her to lose some points in the popularity contest gauntlet that every single champion inevitably goes through in this community. Okay. But for now, we go ahead and reset this and we can start our next adventure. And now we know Garwar and O'Leary and everyone else. Well, sorry, it wasn't O'Leary. Who'd asked that? Who asked that before Gar? Oh, that was Severin. Yeah, Severin and Gar were asking about it. So yeah, you're welcome. Confirmed, not sticky. But is there a better Gold Find Champion in Slot 1? I don't think so. Not directly. I believe you do want Lawful Alignment just to help with Freely. Plus Azaka. Because Azaka herself is lawful, so you want lawful choice for Freely Specialization. Brunor does have his Companions of the Hall, Bounty of the Hall, Gold Find effect. So that is to be considered. Alright, let's play Red Alert now. Which is a totally different video game. I just realized, like, saying that out of context. Let's go play a completely different video game. No. Though I've never actually played Red Alert, so I don't know if it's any good. Red Alert is awesome. Oh, cool. Sean says it, so it must be true. I believe you. I've never played it myself. Oh, I wanted to mention something else. Talking about tea earlier, I tried this earlier today. Canned milk tea. It's an Assam milk tea from Japan. Is good. I would definitely get that one again. Very sweet though, so like, if you're into sweet tea, cool. If you're not, probably avoid. So since, I'm thinking out loud here, since Tahani works with getting permanent stacks she gets permanent stacks for her painting that every time she attacks, so it's probably a good idea to put in anything that can cause her to attack faster, right? Like Korth. Yeah. Lizardfolk tactics with Korth. Whenever Korth attacks an enemy, that enemy gets a marked debuff. A champion that attacks one or more marked enemies gets a single 0.25 second reduction to the next base attack cooldown. Yeah. So probably like speed potions, a fast spawning stage, put Korth on the field with Tahani. There's probably going to be some optimization people are going to come up with for like how to make the most of Tahani's paint marks. I'll be interested to see the results of that. I didn't really have an especially fun time stacking up Toragar. Zorbu stacking is fun because he's killing things. I feel like the fun of Tahani will be like puzzling out how this would go best. You probably want to take the middle spec, fast spawning stage, and get Korth on the field so she's attacking faster. Yeah, just anything that can make the game go faster and make Tahani attacking go faster, and also have her like splotching like everything. Oh, ooh, and for that matter, you probably want a melee only stage so that all of the enemies are grouped up together on a single tank, so that she can green splotch all of them. And just boom, get like 100 every swing. That's probably the best. Yeah, Mad Wizard Portal stage was probably what you want. Probably farm all three at once, Zorbu killing, Toragar adjacent, Tahani tossing paint. Yeah, that's probably possible. I don't know if that's going to be optimal, but you could probably pull it off. Oh, Severin, we just have a single ICVA command to get all the visual aids at once now. We're no longer doing separate commands for that, because it kind of ended up being too much clutter that way. XY, relax. XY. Sure. Zerlix. Question, how far should I push on first event? I'm at E12 now. Go as far as possible for variants. Yeah, basically. Go as far as you can. Reach what we call your wall. Farm there for about half an hour to an hour. And then reset and go again. I would not recommend doing your variants until it says easy. Or if you feel especially confident, at least wait until it says challenging instead of deadly. If the difficulty still says deadly, don't do it. I would do it, but I'm not a newer player. Okay. So we did that one about legendaries. Oh, and then also, like, never reforge. For everything I've been seeing people talk about online, don't reforge your legendaries. Just go with whatever effect you got. They do need to fix the text not fitting. It's a pretty border. I was kind of worried, because I like the blue borders, I like the purple borders. I was kind of worried that an orange border would not look pleasant, but I think it works, especially if the item is gilded at all. The orange and silver together looks pretty good, actually. And it's kind of like a pale orange. It's not like a vibrant neon orange. That'd be off-putting, I think. I like the shade that they went with for legendary. Shank Mugen question, why do we have the Rhino as a champion? Okay, so it's not the Rhino. But I can see why you would think that. Where are you? There you are. So this is Gwent. And Gwent actually comes from lore. From Forgotten Realms lore. From the books. From the novels. He is connected to the Companions of the Hall, specifically to Brunor Battlehammer. Me King! As he calls him. He leads the Gutbusters of Mithril Hall. So, if you're interested in the Rhino of Idle Champions, or D&D in general, check out Thibbledorf Gwent. That's his full name. Thibbledorf Gwent. From the lore, from the novels. Did that gear level say 5,000 something? Yeah, Arcmaster Flex, it did. My Ashara is very strong after 4 years. That's not my highest, though. I don't actually know what my highest is. Probably something on Calliope, I would bet. She seems to always be #1. Either Calliope or Ashara, probably. They seem to compete. Or Tyrell's health item, that's also very high. Okay. Cassius, since we're talking birds, does Mars still have his Raven familiar from previous adventure? Hopefully he didn't leave it in Waterdeep. Yes, Hazel. Yeah. Hazel is spooky. Spooky Raven familiar that probably isn't actually a Raven, but Mars doesn't know any better. Hazel is fine. Just on vacation or something. She's more like an ally than a pet. Imvonkin. Do you know if the Zero challenge and completing level 250 plus with the healing champion as highest damage champion has been fixed? I believe I saw Sean posting in chat earlier that it is fixed as long as you are on the latest version, which is 404 version not found. It's been a long time since we've had an Easter egg, so hey, C&E, I appreciate that. It tickles me. It's moments like that that kind of remind the players of like the human element of the devs behind the screen, you know? Like, they're people too, and they can make jokes, and it's really fun. So, I love seeing that. Especially since I have the version number posted on my overlay. It makes that down there very fun to have on here today. Yeah, so it's not a problem. There's no problem with your game. It's a joke. The devs made a very funny joke, since we're on version 0.404. So version 404. Version not found. Ha 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 ha. It's good. I like it, personally. Okay. J-Dog. Question, since there's no Q&A tomorrow, once you forge all 6 options on a champion and go reforge to get a random, is there a possibility to get the same buff you just gave up? Wow. Also, can you get the same patron? If yes, there would appear to be a 1 out of 36 chance of getting the same gear on a reforge. Probably a Dever support question. Yeah. Yeah, since I'm not involved in those decisions, I am learning trials at the same rate as everyone else. Like, I haven't secretly given myself a million scales to test things with. I don't know. That's definitely a good question, because I feel like anyone who reforged something and they got the exact same thing would probably be pretty disappointed and upset about that. 1 out of 36 chance, I mean, that's not very high, but that's not very low. People in chat are saying... Gar says that Sean says yes, but stuff behind the scenes makes it difficult to get again. And Severin says the devs answered that question last week. You cannot get the same thing you just gave up. Okay. Yeah. Sean said today it's possible, but unlikely. Where is the reforge thing? Right down here. So after you have already forged a legendary, on that same legendary forge page for that item, in the bottom right, there's a reforge button. Just be careful. It seems that it's not a popular thing to do so far. I haven't done it myself, so I don't really have an opinion. But just speaking on what I've seen being spoken of in the community at large, a lot of folks seem to think that reforging is a bad idea. Yeah, it's a Tiamat thing, a Trials of Mount Tiamat thing, so don't worry about it for now. Lord Alarin, is there a resetting hardly as opposed to resetting softly? Hey, guess that's probably something that devs are able to do. I'm betting like Sean could grab your game and force a reset using the whatever tools he has available, and I suppose that could be described as resetting hardly. I don't think as a player you have the ability to reset hardly. Greenwald 114, did you know the cost of an event free play doesn't go up until you end a run? Yes! It seems like... It's been a while since I've done this, but it seems like if you start a run, the price should go up for hitting start. But what if you don't actually complete that run? So that might be like why they chose to make it only go up if you complete it. Because then by completing it, it goes up. So okay, that's more expensive to do like further rewards. That makes sense. But making it cost more to do a free play after you've like failed to beat the stage 50 to get the reward is like, that would be like punishing players for failing to do something, which is not a good look. That being said, it does allow you to do things like you can start free play using multiple parties and pay like the cheap amount for multiple parties before you actually complete one. So you can get a little bit more value out of your event tokens doing free plays that way. Lord Chavax, who to focus on for this event? Well, until the Masters of Math that exist in our community come out and make like a their judgment from on high about the value of Tahani compared to everyone else. Right now, I would say it's probably a toss-up between all three. They all have their uses. I am personally most interested in Tahani, because she's new. She's new. She's slot 1, which I love. Whenever we have an early slot champion, I get particularly excited, because I try to think about the new player experience pretty much constantly. I just started another new account, by the way. I just started another new account this weekend, because I want to try something. I want to see if it's possible to take a brand new account, completely gearless, and only using the original 12 characters, and unlock and then beat at least the lowest level of Trials of Mount Tiamat. I want to see if that's possible, because if that's possible, under those circumstances, literally anyone can do it. Yeah, it's a slog, Gar. It's very slow. Very slow going. It's probably going to take me a while to actually, like, come back to the community with an answer for, like, yes you can, or no you cannot. But I'm going to try. And let's be honest, I might lose interest partway through. It is very slow, after all. Or I might get really busy. But, yeah. Yeah, Bunny Beast, that's right. I'm going to be trying. I'm going to be trying Avernus, no gear. What about Hitch? Nope, no Hitch. It's funny because I keep getting the pop-up being like, hey, do you want to get your newsletter, get Hitch? No, I'm good. I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Yeah, I would not recommend this playstyle for anyone who values their sanity. Gear and collecting event champions and even, you know, non-event evergreen champions like Hitch from the newsletter is extremely important to your gameplay experience. It makes everything so much better. Don't do gearless. If you value your sanity, don't do gearless. Don't do Core 12 only. Prawns, you're not even doing the challenges to buy TGP and Mojang chests? Nope, I'm not. I don't have a reason to get Mojang chests because my best core, the modest core, is completely epicked out. I have no reason to. And then I also just have more pipes in general. So if I wanted to epic out my other 2 cores, I could. But I don't have a great incentive to do so personally. Kale Leonel. Wait, did I miss something? What is this character? This character, I'm so glad you asked, is Tahani, the latest champion added to the game. Tahani is a female Aarakocra monk, Kensei specifically. DPS Gold Fine Champion, Chaotic Good, rivals large affiliation alongside Celise and Shaka. She has a very high dexterity, very high wisdom. She works with Mert because she's good alignment. She works with Vajra because she has a good enough constitution, but not Strauder's Aerial. And it seems that basically you can play her one of 2 ways. Either as a DPS champion, so you just set her up as a DPS, point all of your buffs at Tahani, and just let her do her work. Or as a Gold Fine champion, which seems to be a choice that you'd make completely based on her specialization. She has a permanent upgrade mechanic. Every time she attacks something, she, like, just paints them. She puts a mark of red paint on them. And every time she puts paint on something, she gets a permanent bonus. Like, between adventures. Like, it carries over. That's very exciting. We've only had very few champions like that. You can count them on one hand how many of those that exist. Out of the, what, 90 characters that we have now? It's a lot. It's a lot. So she's really exciting because of that. If you don't want to play her as DPS, then you choose her left side spec, her Yellow Blotch. That is the alternative, because that is for Gold Find. She will mark enemies with yellow paint. That increases the amount of gold that they drop. So yeah, Tahani. Pretty cool. And it's really nice to have another Aarakocra. That goes through my mind every time, because when I look at this portrait, I think, that's a Kenku. No, Mars. That's an Aarakocra. Get it right. Maybe we'll have a Kenku eventually. It would be cool. Zaldane is the gold drop paint permanent as well? No, just the DPS. Just the DPS. Just her damage bonus. Isn't the gold find just 3 times? Yeah, that's a good point, actually, Henry Lowenwin, because it doesn't seem like she has gear that affects her gold find. She does have a feat, at least. Lucky. So that's something. So she might compete with Turiel, because Turiel at least has a gold find feat, but no gold find ability. Shockwave Coos, new question. How do you turn off familiar animations? Go into your menu, go into settings, and I believe it's the disable flashing lighting effects. Yeah. It's actually a bulleted list there. I never noticed that bulleted list before when you hover over this. The bottom bullet point there does say click and touch animations on familiars. So, that's how you do that. Just make sure that that box is checked to disable flashing lighting effects, and your familiars will calm down. It's just how I like them to be. This is much better visually to me than having them like constantly spamming attacks. The Lurking Rider. Apologies if it's already been mentioned, but other than Zorbu, who are the other permanent sackers? Hey, no worries. Black Viper was the first, underpowered. Then came Zorbu, overpowered. Then came Toragar, fine. There's also Morgaine, technically, but that's really just, like, get as much gold as you possibly can, and now you're done. That's it. She doesn't really require, like, a lot of work. At least not with her on screen, anyway. And then lastly is Tahani, who we just got, who does require work, like the other 2. 3? Yeah, the other 3. Morgaine's the easiest one. Would you count Riv sprinting? No! That's not a permanent effect. That's not like that's not stacking that you have to worry about. I guess it's a gray area. I guess it's a gray area to count Briv's sprinting, because you get your Nethery steel stacks with Briv by just having him tank things, and then on your next run he converts that into his sprint stacks to jump. And then the value of his sprinting is based on his gear, his slot 4 equipment. But you're not directly, like, farming up permanent speed stacks or something. So it's kind of a weird gray area with Briv, I suppose. It's a horse of a different color. Canuck Monkey. Ooh, does the Stroke of Yellow act as a bonus for Azaka farming like Donar and Baloth? It should. It's just a mark that increases gold find for that enemy, so it should work like Donar's. To just cause that enemy to drop more gold when you Azaka farm them. Bee Poppy. Without green, she'll only attack already painted enemies, right? Let's take another look. Tahani attacks a random painted enemy. If no enemies are painted, Tahani attacks the nearest enemy. Yeah? Yeah, so you probably want to go green every time if you're trying to build up her paint stacks. If you're trying to build up her paint stacks, go green. But if you're trying to just go for raw damage, then probably go blue. Because that's going to be your boss killer. Okay. Oh, good. I just scrolled down a little bit and I saw that Jay left a comment as well saying that the mini that I sent to Sini also arrived safely. Like a year ago, I got a Hero Forge mini printed of my character Mars, like holding a book and has his raven like on his shoulder and everything. There's also like a stack of books on the base. It's really cool. It wasn't doing anything here. I just had it like sitting on a shelf all this time because I haven't played D&D IRL in years at this point. So when I sent my little care package to C&E, I sent Mars. Since I am very far away from the C&E offices, I felt like, okay, well this is how I can have like a surrogate so that Mars is in the office. it felt right to do that. Like, now there's a piece of me over there. I can feel better. I can feel better about that now. Game mechanics wise, this is from Brian Kuzic. It's actually an interesting concept. Kensei Weapon Rush has some sort of poison build and actually makes an interesting character. Yeah, it is. Super interesting. Not a lot of painter characters in D&D, it feels like. Not a lot of artist-type characters in general. I'm struggling to think of other, like, established characters, either from lore, like books, or from live streams or podcasts that have, like, artistry, as in, like, crafting, as a core element of their character. I know that one that comes to mind, for me at least, is from the Forgotten Realms Magic the Gathering set. They introduced a character named Kalain, who is a painter. But like, that's the only other painter I can think of. Chat, can you name any? Wahei G says, seems like there was a harper that painted. Cool. And there's gotta be more. I just can't think of any. Yeah, I can think of painters from, like, other games, just not from D&D. It is a very interesting idea. Won't Brunor's Companion of the Hall ability have better gold find than Turiel? Let's check. This is from Shank Mugen. Hurry up, sir. Hurry up, Brunor. Come on. Come on. Oh, we probably don't have enough, yeah, we probably don't actually have enough gold to get his gold find ability unlocked right now. That makes sense. Let me put on my speed cord here so we can get through this a little bit more swiftly, so we can move on. I would like to also at least start the last variant. Next week, we can, how about we try a deep push with Tahani DPS next week. We can work in the other members of the Rivals of Waterdeep, Sleece and Shaka. It's going to be dicey, because we're going to be at the mercy of Shaka's puzzle RNG, but that just adds to the fun. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that. For next week, we'll do a deep push featuring Tahani DPS with Shaka and Sleece. Let's really put her through her paces and see what we can do. Okay. Cryptic Tuna is asking, who does Tahani swap with? Just joined this event. Oh, well. Tahani is a slot 1 champion, so she swaps with Brunor, Deacon, Cutthroat, Turiel, Saskia, Esmeralda, or Kira Nerds. A lot. She's in slot 1. She swaps with a lot. Alright, so we completed this. Into this run. And move on to the next thing. Doubling down. Okay. So this is literally just going to be everything you do twice. Okay. This is where Sentry Human can really shine for saving you time. Speed Champions can do you a lot of favors for this one. Okay. Any codes for champions for this event? Killzoth says. None specifically for this event, no. There might still be some codes available. Martin, Sasha, do y'all know if any of... Like, is the Witchlight Spurt code still active? Are any of those still alive, or have all of those ended now? Spurt's the only one I can think of that might still be active. Nonbread says the Spurt code is dead. Spurt just expired this morning. Spurt was the last one. Ah, alright. Well, I mean, it makes sense. Like, we're just starting year 5. Probably good to just, like, clean slate, start fresh. Yeah. Might be worth trying Evil Instrix. Yeah, might be worth. Oh, I think it's Familiars with an S. I think you gotta include the S at the end for that command to work. Oh, Jay was gonna try to jump into my Trials group again as a joke. I appreciate you, Jay. Message of All feels bad. I'm already in Trials of Mount Tiamat run. Hope you'll make this somewhat of a tradition, Mars. I'm gladly joining the adventure. I am. Yes, I will. I intend on doing this for the foreseeable future. Each week, I love the idea of doing my trial runs with chat. Like that feels like a good evolution. Once upon a time, I did this project that I named the Idle Trials, and it was mainly as a means of engagement with the community. I retired it a while ago, and now we have Trials of Mount Tiamat in the game, so there is something in the game called Trials now, and it's something that I can use for engagement with the community. So that feels pretty good, honestly. It's kind of poetic, yeah. Yeah. So I love that I can actually play with y'all. You can actually join me. Take my hand. Join me on these adventures as we beat up Big Bad Dragon Mom every week. The Lurking Rider, aren't there some champions that effectively have the quest requirements? Yeah. I wouldn't say have, but Sentry, for example, can reduce quest requirements in your next area by 30% if she hasn't been hit at all. So there are champions that exist that reduce the quest requirements. I don't think any of them just straight up half it. And then you can use those together to have an even better effect. Sentry plus Human plus Melf is, wow. Huge. Saverna, should we push in variants? Do they award champ chests? Or should we just push in free plays? Don't push in variants. It's rare. I mean, it's like 1% or fewer variants are actually a good idea to push your favor in. Just clear your quest objective and bounce. Jump into free play if you actually want to push. If there is ever a variant that is going to be particularly useful for pushing favor, I guarantee you will see people talking about it in the community. It will be a hot topic. Like, oh my god, have you guys played Variant 3 for the new champion? If you do this, you can... Blah, blah, blah. People will talk about it, I promise you. So, for the most part, yeah, just clear your quest objective. Like, this one is... Get out of here. This one is 175. Clear that, bounce. Go play a free play. If you actually want to push your favor. Good question to ask. Ensign Garrick, I wonder where Tahani qualifies for Trials Assault Front Champions. Oh, like what bonus she gives? Yeah, I don't know. Has anyone checked? Because I just started my trial run, so I can't check. Can anyone in chat sound off if they've actually checked what effect that Tahani has for Assault Front Champion for Tiamat Trials? I'd love to know. I suppose that is something that we're going to have to actually start checking. Like, every time I go over what you get with the champion, like, oh, here's the bio information, here's what they do, here's the feats, here's the gear. I'm also going to have to add checking their trials effect to that laundry list. Gar can't check until your trial resets. When is that, Gar? I know you mentioned it earlier. It's just a few more minutes, right? I hope. Saturday? Yeah, just a few more minutes. Just a few more minutes. Okay, well, B Poppy and Sean, Terry Wilson, both say it's all damage increase. Okay. So, good, but not like, stop what you're doing, this is now your default Trials champion. Good. So, that's fine then. Yeah, get on in here. Ask me questions as they get added to my eternal list. I'm so slow answering questions, I'm sorry. It's because I'm very chatty. I'm not just here to dryly say, like, this is the answer to your question, moving on. This is the answer to your question, moving on. This is the answer to your question, moving on. I'm very chatty, which gives me a problem for actually getting through, like, the entire list. But I hope it's entertaining, at least. That's why I'm here. Okay, is it better to buy a skin from the gems store, or just get a better feat? Ice Banana. Well, that's a very open-ended question, because that's completely subjective. Is it better to buy a skin for gems, or just get a better feat? Okay. So, this comes down to fashion versus function. Anyone here in chat who's ever played Dark Souls will probably know what I mean when I say fashion souls. The strongest thing in any game is playing the fashion game. No. Skins aren't going to give you, like, any actual raw power. Outside of one new blessing that they've added. Was that over in Tiamat? Was it Icewind Dale? There we go. Yeah, Costume Party. It's the global blessing for Tier 2 in Rime of the Frost Maiden, aka Avalanche, once upon a time. Costume Party, global damage plus 20% added for each champion skin unlocked over all campaigns. Current count 92, apparently. Which is not all of them, I know that I'm missing some. Outside of that one thing, skins don't give you any power at all. They're just cool. So ask yourself, what do you care about more? Power? Or pretty? P versus P. It's PvP. Power versus pretty. What do you want more? PvP. Personally, for me, I'm gonna go pretty. I'm gonna play Fashion Souls every time. Yeah, rule of cool, absolutely, Daza. That's a good way to sum it up. It's rule of cool. That's what skins are. Yeah, 20% additive is not much. I mean, Lurking Rider, I do end up getting up on my soapbox almost every episode and just talking about, like, some element of game philosophy. I love video games. And I presumably always will. And I used to be extremely competitive. And I still can default to that when I allow myself to, so it's something I'm constantly on the watch for. But, like, because I've been steeped in that mentality of gaming for a lot of my life, it gives me a good perspective to speak on when I say that games are what you make of it. If you want to be competitive against people, I mean, you obviously can. You can post, like, oh, look at the big item level I have on this character. Okay. But ultimately, it's not actually a competitive game. Being able to get to, like, stage 1500 is a cool trophy, for sure. But, it's really just a flex. If you enjoy that sort of thing, cool, you can. And that's not going to take away from other people's enjoyment in the game. I think Idle Champions can house all types of players in our community, because it can be a completely separate experience where, like, you're just playing, like, super optimally, and you're constantly, like, comparing what you do against what other people are posting about. You're like, oh, I gotta be the best, I gotta be the best. You can do that. Just don't be a jerk about it. Don't, like, belittle other people as you do that, you know? But you can equally play idle champions as just like, I like Tahani, and Shaka, and Celise. Yeah! Oh no, 2 Heroes of the Veil! Wow! You can just enjoy the game for what it is. And that's fine too. They're both perfectly valid ways of playing the game. Most important thing is just don't be a jerk. Because people enjoy things in different ways. Just understanding and respecting and accepting that is important. And Tahani's gonna die. Let's get some other people out here, just so they can do some work. Get those heroes out of there. I'm sick of these skeletons. It is funny seeing 2 Heroes of the Veil, though. Like, one's bad enough. Oh, no! Gar says, Mars, I'm at layer 2 on Tahani. Wow, man, that was fast. Should I just farm layers this week and ignore everything else? Actually, yeah. If you're open to the idea of doing that, I'm curious. I would like to see... I want to know what's on the table for Tahani. Yeah. So, I mean, if you're willing to, Gar, then I'd be very interested to know your results. Yeah. The required numbers ramp up quite a bit. How bad are we talking? And does it actually say anywhere? Okay, so it tells you... Okay, check this out. Away the brush. Tahani damage increase by 5%. Tahani keeps tracking total number of enemies you ban across all time. A certain threshold of pain enemies, Tahani increases their layer of the way of brush. Each layer increases the effect by 11%, stacking multiplicatively. Once Tahani reaches layer 10, each initial enemy pain increases about by 0.03% additively. Okay, so I'm on layer 1, starting layer. I'm at 677 enemies. Next layer at 6,500 painted enemies. Wow! Oh, starting layer is 0? Oh, okay, good to know. I figured it would have been 1. Okay. Interesting. So Gar says it goes like 0 to 500 to 6,500 to 20,500 and then doesn't know what's beyond that. I'm betting we're going to get into like the millions. Or the tens of millions, hundreds, or get into an E number by the time you're at layer 10. Interesting. Interesting. Good luck figuring out, like, the optimal strategy for getting those numbers up. It's gonna be rough. Oh, Sean says after 20.5k, it's 52,500. Which is definitely another jump. But, like, comparatively... that's not, like, as great of a jump. Like, going from 500 to 6,500, that's over 10 times as much. That's, like, 13 times as much, right? And then going from that to 20,500 is, like, 3 times as much. And then going from 20,500 to 52,500, that's basically twice as much. So I'm wondering, like, where seeing... like, how you guys... how y'all decided on the numbers for those thresholds? Yeah. I don't know. Who cares? Look at her little stride. Yeah, check out her little animation here. Just with her walking around, and especially on the boss stage. Let me go back here. Look at this, like, fighting game stance she's doing. She's ready to rock. doing a little fighting game dance. I love that. Very cute. The Street Fighter music immediately comes to head. Just came in, Star Bar. How do you get Tahani? Play the event. So as of right now, the High Harvestide Year 5 event is live in your game. If you don't see it, close your game and restart it, and you will see it. And then all you need to do, end whatever your adventure you're on, go to your map screen, and at the top there will be a button for High Harvestide. Here's the camp for it. You'll see a Bandit's Harvest Tahani starting adventure. You have to beat that, which is complete stage 50, and you will get yourself a Tahani. Aarakocra Painter Burb. Monk, for that matter. So cool. The way of the brush, like flurry of brushes. Yeah. She's got a lot of flavor. Just like paint. Don't eat paint. You're welcome. That's what I do. That's what I'm here for. Lurking Rider, question, where did the flump next to Briv and Tahani come from? It's not something I've seen yet in the game, so forgive my ignorance. The flump next to Briv and Tahani. You're probably asking about the Curious Flump familiar. Either that, or you're asking about Prism, Pride Flump. We have two Flump familiars. It's from DLC of the past. You might see it pop into a wild offer if it's been retired. But, yeah. Prism was specifically for a charity drive that we did. So that was really cool. Oh no, the actual flump next to Briv, not a familiar. Yeah, so Briv himself actually has a flump. Its name is Flo. Like this armored flump that serves as his companion, basically. Flo's cool. Flo is arguably the best healer in the game. Yeah. Flo is what keeps Briv and the rest of your formation alive when you're using Briv as your tank. So, that's the flump. So I suppose there's 3 flumps that you can have in the game right now. Kabarja, as a new player, what should my focus be? I feel like I'm doing something wrong, only having one familiar means progressing is slow. Hey, I get that. Especially having just started a new account. It can feel overwhelming to think, like, there's so many different levers to pull. How do I know which one is the correct one? The right answer would be whichever one makes you have the most fun. If you're trying to ask, like, what's the optimal way to play, it's probably just going to be, like, it's the start of a brand new event today, so make sure you unlock the 3 characters. Get Gwent, get Toragar, get Tahani. Do some free plays if you can afford them with the event tokens that you have. But otherwise, go back to focusing on permanent campaigns if you're a brand new player after you've unlocked those characters. Because you're going to want to focus on getting global blessings in general, because global blessings apply to everything, even events and time gates and trials and patrons and every single thing. That's probably where you can get the most efficiency from. It's just trying to get your favor up in all of your permanent campaigns so that you can get blessings. You okay there, mods? Yeah, we have a command, speed command, to teach you how to do go fast mode. It's basically just using champions that make the game go faster, like Briv and Sentry and Shandy, and using a Mojang Core called the Fast Core. It's got fuzzy white eyebrows. You're typing too fast. Hey, it happens. Happens to me all the time, too. There's also speed potions, and you can combine all these things together to go very, very fast. Oh, I think we... speaking of going fast, actually, let's go a little faster, too. Ideally, I would like to get to where we can have all 3 of these, like, starting... Sure, that's fine. Okay. Yes, sure. Okay. Fine. Yes, good. Okay. 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 So I'd like to get to the point where we have 3 gold Tahani chests from all of her variants that we can open. Veranikin, can I use Time Gate while an event is open? Yes! Yes, you can. Some people find that very useful, in fact. Like, maybe for example, Tahani's second variant that we did earlier, this one, Boywick Brawl. Only champions with dexterity of 14 or higher can be used. That's going to be tough for newer players. If you have a very small roster of champions to pick from, this might be really difficult for you. You might just want to, like, do some pickup of some champion that does qualify. We went through earlier in today's episode of what champions you actually can use for that, so check out the VOD later to get a review of what champions you can use in each slot. Anyway, so opening up a time gate in the middle of this event so that you can complete that variant 2 for Tahani might be a good idea. Greenwald, question, if you upgrade a legendary and then reforge, does a new ability get the upgrades? I actually don't know that one, since I haven't done a reforge yet myself. Although I'm tempted to. I'm tempted to just to test that, because I have done this. You know what? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's test that right now. The things I do for you. Alright, so the question is, from Greenwald, if you upgrade a legendary and then reforge, does the new ability get the upgrades? So, here is a legendary that I created today on this episode. It was an epic shiny before, now it's a legendary shiny. I also leveled it up to level 2. I will now reforge. Never mind. I don't have enough for it. But at least it does actually give you a handy pop-up here. Reforging will re-roll the chosen bonus and deity associated with this equipment. Reforging will maintain the legendary level that the equipment has. Equipment can be reforged many times as you like, but the cost increases each time, just like the portion cost. There you go. So, very handy. It's actually telling you right there in the pop-up that reforging maintains the legendary level that the equipment has. So there's the answer to your question, Greenwald. That's really cool that they actually put that in there. Arcmaster Flex. Wait. Actual legendary gear? I thought they were just golden epics. Yes! As of like 2 weeks ago, legendary gear exists now. Get on it. Hunt down those Tiamat scales. So that's all 3 of Tahani's variants done. We can put that to bed. So let's open up a free play for her. And let's get her out. There we go. Hi, Tahani. And let's open up these gold chests. So, early epic, early epic, early epic. Can we do it? Can we do it? Early epic, early epic, early epic, early epic. 2 more chances. Golden bangles. I think these really complement my sash. They do. You look great. Early epic? Oh, what a tease! What a tease. I mean, it's a lot of event tokens, so that's good. Honeycomb sash. Reminds me of my favorite snack. Alright, last one. Early epic, please! No. Okay, but our final blue that we were missing, dual use dart. No one suspects the paintbrushes. It's true, I certainly wouldn't. So I think we've got all blue now. Yeah! Yeah! Alright. Nice. Yeah, we did not get an early epic. Oh, hey, I should open up my Glory Bahamut chest. I saved this to open up on the stream and then forgot about it. Whoa! 2 epics? Heck yes! Nice! I wonder what the odds are for that. That felt good. Ooh, can I actually make it to 50? Oh! Martin reminded me. I have my Potion of Polish. So Potion of Polish from the anniversary, I saved it to open up on Guiding Hand. So, does anyone want to guess? Anyone want to guess what this is going to land on? I'll give a brief review of my squad using a blacksmithing contract. So, reviewing all the champions that I have. Here we go. Going down the list. Going down the list. Going down the list. Maybe I'll give out a prize to whoever guesses the correct one. Okay. Because I still have, like, some code stocked up in a document that I have that I can maybe give something away. Alright. Here we go. Potion of Polish. And not looking. Is it good? Is it good? I'm peeking at chat. Is it good? Regis! Ultimate attack cooldown! No! What a letdown. That was fun, though. I like holding on to Potions of Polish for that reason. It could definitely be worse. Alright, let's scroll back up here. Did anyone actually guess? Regis. Gar's all caps, Rosie! If only. I'm not actually seeing any Regis guesses in here. Oh, wait! I see one from Eldritch Colossus. Yep, there's one. Oh, and Vampire also guessed too. Nice! Cool. Alright. Well, congrats. I'll see if I'll dig into my pile and see if I have anything I can give to y'all. Captain asks, what event champions should I save my blacksmith contracts for, and is it worth to spend them on suboptimal event champions to unlock Merc quicker? Yeah, that's fine. You can definitely spend them on suboptimal champions to unlock Merc faster. And unlocking Merc is pretty important, so that you can start getting time gate pieces, Mojang component chests, and all that other goodness that you can get from the Merc patron shop. That being said, you also, you'll just get those item levels naturally anyway by just opening up chests, generally speaking, so it's not really a priority to do that. So, what event champion should you actually use them on? Either a really strong event support champion, like Avrin or Kira, or a really strong DPS event champion, like Zorbu, or a very strong speed champion, who is an event champion, who also has their gear is relevant to their speed mechanic. This would be Sentry, Melf, Briv, Human. Any of those would also be good choices. So just, pick who you want from those, basically. Is Brunor's Commanding of the Hall gold find not the same as category and use other Commandings of the Hall for his gold find to work? It gets better the more of them you have out. But they also work individually, I believe. Oh, people were saying Regis because I was asking if it was good? Oh, okay, they guessed. Oh, I see. I see! Green Tomato. Question, was there a change made to the speed champs level up while holding the mouse button over the green button below them? Feels markedly slower lately. Does it? Let me see. That feels normal speed to me. Yeah, that feels as fast as it's always been. An update went out for that in 404. Oh, nice. So I guess it was a bug and it got squashed. Nice, 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 nice. So if you haven't updated your game yet, just do that. Or if you're having to wait for that update to roll out, it will eventually. I think WebGL is on 397.1, so they've got to wait. If you're on WebGL, you're probably going to be waiting for a bit. Is there a guide addressing legendary forging yet? Gray-shaped? Yeah! Gar has a guide for that. Which can be said of literally any subject in the game, I believe, at this point. But yeah, no, there is definitely a guide for legendary forging. Arcmaster Flex, are gear levels infinite on most items? Technically, no. I think, a year ago, someone used an exploit to show that there is actually an upper limit to all items, but it's so astronomically large that regular gameplay, no one's ever actually going to reach that point. It's ridiculously high. So, it is effectively infinite as far as any actual gameplay goes, so don't worry about it. How do you unlock Trials, Palosera? And this will be my last one because that takes me to 50. How do you unlock Trials? You need to go into the Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus campaign, and you need to complete the base adventures for every single thing. Ultimately, you'll have this one, Elturel's Last Stand. You need to complete this base adventure, effectively beating the campaign, and at that point, because it sets up the lore for this to happen, at that point, you'll have the Trials of Mount Tiamat open to you. Whoa, Philip, you're at 710 DPS? Oh my gosh, I can't compete with that. That's incredible. That's actually incredible. Holy moly. Okay, so there we go. I think that's going to do it for us for now. I gotta wrap up here so that we can have time for the sketching hour to set up. So, hey, thanks. Thanks for joining me. Oh, thank you for joining me and the Cursed Idol for this week's episode of Mars Guiding Hand. I forgot to show this off earlier. This boy came in the mail. It's like 2 days ago. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. This is a dice tower, and it glows. It's really cool. Whoa. And there's the dice. Just fell out. High Harvestide. Year 5. We're going around the sun one more time with Idle Champions. 17 events. This is the first one out of the rotation. So good luck, everyone. Get that Toragar. Get that Gwent. Get that Tahani. Probably focus on Tahani until people have like really weighed in on like how she kind of fits into everything. But I like her personally. Check your T for dice now. I think I'm good. Yeah, taste diceless to me, so I think I'm fine. But I'll see you again next time. We'll be back next week, of course, episode 79. Make sure to tune in on all of the excellent shows that we have on the CNE Games Twitch channel. We have so many shows. But most importantly, for now, stay tuned for the sketching hour coming up in just a couple of minutes. It's always a fun time. I love the sketching hour because I get to decompress after my show. It's really good to relax with and just kind of come off of my Idle Champions high, so to speak. You can follow Idle Champions social media all over the dang place. We've got Discord, Reddit, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. It's everywhere. You can find me on Twitter at Ryan Blake Hall. It's my real name. Just call me Mars, please. But I also stream on my own Twitch channel. That's at twitch.tv/storytellermars. Tahani's probably going to die again. And I do video games, live reading, wood burning. I do art. Having a lot of fun with that. And thank you to Cody Entertainment for this incredible opportunity to be part of the game and the community that I cherish and hold so close to my heart. Actually saved my life once upon a time. I've talked about that before. Anyway, be kind to each other. Try to make the world a little bit better than it was when you woke up this morning. Stay safe. I'll see you next time. And a big, big thank you to Martin and Sasha for moderating for me today. Alright, see you over at Sketching Hour. Look sharp! Later. I'm War Duke, and I'm here to say, I like fighting in a major way. There's the War Duke rap that everyone wanted so badly. Bye.